How has your 2026 started out with your team and listings and buyers? What's going on?
2026, we're finding more people are starting to come out of the woodwork slowly. I mean, it's only in the second week, right? So, but there's more people wanting to ask questions, see where the market's at. We're starting to get a few more listings. Definitely, it's been a little bit easier to get prices down on listings. Not a lot, but at least people are being a little bit more open to the idea that they've realized prices aren't going to be going up. So that would be the one thing I've seen. Just, like one of my listings, get it down 10 grand, get it down 5 grand, get it down 15, whatever, like for the lower end stuff, right? So I think that's one of the things I've seen so far is now there's a little bit better understanding that the market's not just going to go up. The market is now where the market is.
And how do you manage the expectations with the folks that are listening with you? How do you manage their expectations around time on market, price movement?
One of the things we do at this team is that we send out a weekly report to all of our sellers, just showing them data, just showing the MLS, how many people are looking at their site between Realtor, Matrix, or also our other marketing, just how many people are looking at their things. So we try to tell them if you got all these people looking, but no one's buying, it comes down to price. It's setting the expectation properly, but also explaining to people listings will go now 60, 90, 120 days. So, run open houses, try and get as much feedback from agents, just give them as much information as possible so that when you have a conversation, it's a lot easier because you've fed them the information for over the few months.
You don't control the final sales price. What controls the final sale price is what the market will bear. Is that still the case?
If a property is not selling, it's based on the price, based on the current market conditions. Now you can fix up a house, you can make it look clean, you can make it look all that. We can take as many videos and social media things to get as many people there as possible. But it just comes down to price. Price based on what the market will bear and what buyers are willing to pay.
What controls the final sale price is what the market will bear. Is that still the case?
100%. I mean, it's always been the price. So you can't change location. You can change conditions of the house, but bear how much that you're investing in that house and are you going to get the value. But if a property is not selling, it's based on the price, based on the current market conditions. Like that's it. It's always price. Right? Now you can fix up a house, you can make it look clean, you can make it look all that. We can take as many videos and social media things to get as many people there as possible, but it just comes down to price. Price based on what the market will bear and what buyers are willing to pay. Never can you change location. You have to basically price the house based on condition and price of the market. Our job as real estate agents is to understand where people are in life and look for opportunities to help them make money. The best goal for me is when I've helped like that young couple I said bought for $465, gave them some ideas of what they needed to do. Now their house is worth easy $550, $575. Like they've already made 40, 50 grand, put a little sweat equity into it, but already made some money. And we're already talking about what the next plan is. Even though it's a few years out, it's building the plan. And that's important for the agents on my team and myself to understand how do we help people acquire worth. So it's having plans, but I would rather help a client find the right opportunity for them. And I try and explain to people, if you stay in a rental over the next 5 years, you're paying, let's say $2,000, $2,500 a month. That's just going to the landlord to make them rich. Where, if you would buy that house, live in it for 5 years, maybe it's going up 3% a year, 2.5%, 3% a year. You're still ahead by that. Plus you're ahead by what it's increasing over those 5 years on a normal rate. By 500 now it's maybe worth 6, 575. Well, you're up 75, but you also saved all that money you put to the rental, to the landlord of like, work $2,500 out times 60 payments. And that's $100,000 basically to the landlord. So even if, 35% of that goes to your mortgage, now you're up that 100,000 from the increase in that. From an investment side, it's a good investment to get into it instead of paying that rental. Yeah, it might be tight a bit. Yeah, you got a few things to learn for. Yes, you might have to drive a bit of a used car. Yes, you might not be able to go out as much. But in 5 years, you're in a great spot.